Welcome to the Monday edition of the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show here on KOXC. I am Derek Stuckley along with Brownwood Lions Athletic Director Mitch Moore, who a lot has happened since the last time you were on the show, sir.
Exactly. Last week you got to hear from some of our girls coaches about what was going on in their world, so I'm thankful for Coach Hortz and her, so Lipsy and Walker Musqueda, that they were able to come in and share some of the things going on. There's a lot of good things going on with them. But guys, so a lot transpired last week. We wrapped up the search and hiring of a head football coach. Just a little bit about that process. We received, I think I told you in a little article, over 40 applicants. A lot of phone calls, a lot of reference checks, a lot of conversations with different people throughout the state. Just information coming in, all classifications, head coaches, coordinators. A lot of great programs interested in Brownwood's program still. And so it was good. We narrowed that down to 7 or 8, interviewed and had conversations with those. And then Gerald Brixey from the Katy offensive coordinator kind of rose to the top through some qualifications and just his passion and fire to continue program success, and coming from a program that has just been at the top for a long time. And I've coached with, when I came to Brownwood, it was like 30 years ago, where I had a coach come from Katy and worked with Mike Johnson and that crew, and so he'd also worked with Coach Brixey on it when he went. They both went back and forth to Katy a couple times, and so Jeff Rhodes is a mentor of mine and taught me a lot of about what I taught quarterbacks. So I learned from him. He was also a Katy guy, and so there was connections out there. Several, he had just a resume just came to the top, and excited about him getting here and starting to work. He'll be here on March 18th, next Tuesday. Won't be moved here completely. As a daughter that's a senior and a daughter that's in 7th grade, so they're going to finish up school. And his wife works for Katy ISD, so she'll finish up, and then they'll get here sometime after the end of school. But he'll be here quite a bit, full time, except for days he needs to go and catch some of his daughter's activities. So he'll be here starting the 18th for the rest of the school year, and kind of get started. And that's about all I know. I haven't talked to him about what his plans are for the first days or 2 days or week, but we'll have some conversations, I'm sure, this week. I think they're going to come down and look around the town and start looking for housing, just like what you have to do when you move. And I know he's been on the phone with several, talking to coaches that are calling him wanting to be in Brownwood. That's exciting. That we're going to have a couple of retirements. Another one or two that maybe have left and maybe leaving again. They leave also. So there's some openings. He's going to be able to bring a few people with him, which is good for him. But I know he's been on the phone a lot because he's letting me know who's contacting him and working on teaching fields and how that all fits. So it's an exciting time, and we'll get going right after spring break. So.
Okay. So I guess as far as he's concerned, what do you feel are the biggest positives he's going to bring to the football program?
I mean, he's a hard-working jack. If you know anything about the Katy program, he's going to bring, and I think that's a toughness and an effort, and they do things the way they do it, and then they tweak it to whatever they need to do in game planning. But he's going to bring a toughness. I think I spoke about this. He's an O-lineman, offensive lineman, and I believe they are the hardest working positions. So, and I'm a quarterback, so I mean, I'm speaking against my own. But from a standpoint of when your offensive line, your D-line, those guys are in the trenches daily, and he has a mentality that those guys are the hardest working. They're going to be great effort. I think he's going to bring a toughness, some great effort. And, we're not broken. I think that's what Dr. Young said. We're not broken. We're we've got good kids. We've got things going on that have been good. I think he just gets to build on that and bring some of his experience in a Katy type program that gets to the top and stays at the top. And I think he mentioned this in his talk with you or somewhere, that about, it's not a roller coaster ride. You get to the top, stay at the top, and Katy's been able to do that. And that's what he wants to bring to us. And we don't have up years, down years, up years. Just get to the top and stay at the top and just continue to build on that. So, to use their words.
One of the things he mentioned was how few penalties their offensive line had and how few turnovers their offense had. That would be nice if he could bring that.
Exactly, and I think that goes back to that program, Katy's expectations of what he's gonna win games, maybe not be the most athletic, because Katy's they play schools all over Houston, 9 high schools. I mean, they've got good athletes, don't get me wrong, but they don't have always the best in that area. So you find those ways to win games by making fewer mistakes, keeping the other offense off the field, playing great defense, and then being tough on the O-line and smart on the O-line. And so that's I like what he had to say.
Yeah. And he will be in here sooner or later.
Yes, as soon as we get him in here, we'll get him in here, and we'll keep him on for a while, especially when he's here to talk about what he's doing, what he's going to do, and kind of his plans for the future. But yes, as soon as we get him, I don't know about this week, but for sure the following week after he gets here.
Yeah, keep listening and watching. We'll have him on.
Yeah, I won't.
Eventually.
I'll quit talking. Nobody wants to listen to me. But I'll keep bringing information on our other sports, because we've got a lot going on in spring. They don't slow down in spring break. Nothing's slowing down this week for athletes at Brownwood High School. So I'll keep bringing that. We'll have some other coaches on. So a lot of good things going on with the spring sports right now. And district race is about to get started for softball, especially in baseball, just a week or so behind them.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of district wrapped up for the soccer teams on Friday.
Girls had another battle with Stephenville. Stephenville's been the top of our district for several years, and this year, we closed that gap completely. They got the best of us on Friday night, 1-0 without 4 minutes left in the game. They scored, or we were probably headed to another shootout, which is what we did in the first game. And so, a great season, co-district champs, with sharing that, because we beat Stephenville once, they beat us. The tiebreaker gets us because we won in the shootout versus they won in regulation, so there's a 1 point difference there. I don't know. I just know there's a 1 point difference there.
You're the soccer expert.
Yes, it's soccer expert. So the tiebreaker goes to them. So in the playoffs, and we'll talk playoffs in a minute, but so great season. They're going to they're working out this week, and they've got a playoff game against Fort Worth Castleberry in Fort Worth on Thursday at 4 o'clock. So that's good. But how playoffs are working this year is just like basketball did. They split them into big school, small school. So the way that split, we're going to go as the number 2 seed in the big school. It'll be Stephenville, Brownwood as big schools, and then the small schools, I believe, are Little River Academy and Gatesville. But if I get that wrong, I don't know. I know we're the number 2 seed in the big school. But what's ironic is the boys' side, we're number 2 on the small side, because of the way the standings feel. Stephenville and Lampasas on the boys' side will be big school 1 and 2, and then Gatesville and Brownwood will be 1 and 2 on the small school.
I think so. That's very strange.
It is. So girls are going Division 1 big school soccer playoffs. Boys are going Division 2 small school soccer playoffs. Both as the number 2 seed. So and boys will face Kennedale. Time and location to be announced. I know we were talking to Coach Westman yesterday, and we were looking at the Waco area, but had not gotten anything solidified. A lot of schools are on spring break, so getting a hold of people is a little more of a challenge at that time. But they lost their regular season game to Stephenville 3-2. Again, another close one. I tell you, like I said, I think the week before, he got those kids right there, and they're competing every time, every game, and so good things for Coach Westman are coming still, and So, and they're going to play a playoff warm-up game against Grand, I believe, on Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tomorrow, right.
Mhm.
So, getting ready for playoffs, but and then they'll start on the 20th or 21st, that Thursday or Friday. So when we get back.
Our girls didn't get the most favorable bye with their bi-district matchup.
No, they're facing Waxahachie Live,
Yeah.
so they get a number 1 seed, big school. But I think they can handle anything right now. I think Stephenville's went to the state championship a couple years in a row, just the last previous, and we pushed them and beat them, and so I think confidence-wise, they can go in there knowing that, I think we can beat them. I mean, why not? And maybe they're not. You never know on districts how they pan out. I'm sorry, soccer's a different
That's
game,
true.
so you never know if they've got loaded
That's
up or
true.
not.
It's just not very often that you are a district co-champ and then you open up against the number 1 team in the state
Yeah, I know.
in the first round of the playoffs.
Exactly, but
Oh well, that's the UAL
maybe,
for you.
yeah. So it's big school, small school, how it's working, but
Yeah.
I think they can go in with they can play with them.
Yeah. Well, what else has been happening lately?
Well, we baseball finished up tournament season last weekend over in Abilene. I think 2-2, had a couple rough outings the first 2 games, bounced back with 2 wins over Burleson and then again over San Angelo Lakeview. I mean, I don't know how can we keep getting to play them in tournaments and everywhere, but we got back on the winning side. They're going to face the end of the week. They're working out the first part of the week, and then they've got double headers this weekend, Thursday against San Angelo Central, and again on Saturday against Odessa High. I believe so. A couple big programs, so play some double headers at the end of the week, and then both of them here. That's good, and then they'll have one more week of non-district work before I think they open with Steamville on the 25th. Unless it's Friday, maybe off my weeks, but
That's way too far ahead for
yeah.
me.
But they've got another week. They're about a week behind the girls, ladies, in softball, and because softball will open up district on Tuesday the 18th when we come back. They had set a game to play against Merkel this week during spring break. Merkel canceled that game, and so she is just going to be working out. We did not pick up a game because of some of the spring break and district starting. So softball is going to get a work week. Give her coaches a chance to go do some scouting toward the end of the week and see some of the teams she hasn't seen yet, and then they'll get started at home against Glen Rose on the 18th, and so it'll be a good. Maybe the parking lot will be finished by then. I mean, that would be the hope.
What, a week or so? Yeah.
I know. So if we just get that pavement down, that's what we're on.
Weather
And so
cooperates.
the weather's nice again, so it's warm again. Sounds like so. Have to check on the asphalt. But that's hopefully that by that game we're close. But if not, that should be the last week. But I can't say that for any fact. I don't know anything about putting asphalt down. So
We'll just have to drive out there and see.
that's right. So big week. Then baseball again. District will start about a week later than when the girls softball. So
Okay.
anyway, Lions golf. The boys team won the district preview over in Abilene. So Caleb Ottawell leading the way again with a 74. That's great for he's kind of led the way in several of the tournaments this year already. Will Sturgeon had a 77, Colby Walker had a 78, and Peyton Sharp had an 87. So good for them. Kind of get a preview. They're finished ahead of the district those, and that'll be good because that'll get here pretty quick in April, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So, but and then both Lions and Lady Lion golfers are be in action at the Brownwood Country Club on March 18th. So when we host the Blue Bonnet Invitational, so that'll be good. Come out of that. Coach Garcia has taken the reins of girls golf. We mentioned that. We wish Mark Wilson a happy retirement in Division III football in Utah. Whatever, good luck there. But Mallory's already taken that, hit the ground running. She knows what she's doing. She knows she's a higher paying golfer, like we talked about. So she's already taken them to a tournament, and so she's pulling double duty. So she's also coaching softball. So quite a team player there, Mallory, taking on the girls golf team and finishing and helping with softball. So
Always plenty to
yeah,
do this
she's
time.
doing good. Yeah, and people are stepping up and doing things and taking care of business. So appreciate them. And Lady Lion Track, let's go ahead and say they won their third meet in a row. I mean, got them going on. They at the Gym Med relays, and so and then set a new school record in the 4x100, and already broke the school record in the 4x200. So
We're still in March.
and we're still in March, so we need to keep these things moving. Both the Lady Lions and Lions track teams will take place in the San Angelo relays later this week. Again, no rest during spring break.
No.
Just keep going, and building on that, the Lions finished 4th as a team at Gym Med, and so they had a good outing, and so they're competing hard, and both Coach Jackson's doing a great job and leading that program, that track program right now, and so appreciate all his hard work and the effort they're putting in. And those kids are competing, so I'm excited about the district track meets will be coming up soon too in April, I think, the 1st of April. But good stuff. But both again, kudos to those girls for competing, and so that's a lot.
And I think we've hit pretty much everything today. So I guess we'll let you thank our sponsors here.
All right. Appreciate sponsored Auto Glass Magic, Brenner Auto Group, Syntex Body and Paint, Syntex Equipment Sales, Citizens National Bank, Dan Hill Containers, Dr. Von Young, Dr. Pepper Bottling Company, Edward Jones Investments, Heartland Funeral Home, Hendrick Medical, Howie Enterprises, Humphrey Peets, Landmark Admin, MC Bank, Painter and Johnson Associates, Smith and Sharp Agency, Sonic Drive-In, Stanley Chrysler, Texas Bank, William Wilson Electric, Western Bank, and Willie's Teas.
All right. That will be a wrap for today's show here on the Brownwood Lions Coach Show. We will be back Wednesday. We'll talk some bond stuff and whatever else happens to be going on during spring break here on KOXE, KOXE.com, and the KOXE app.